let's talk a little bit about Baylor and Houston, because I thought that was everyone has been discussing the fact that Jared Butler got it going and started shooting it. And there you go. Now you get your Baylor hat on. Everyone started talking about how impressive it was that Jared Butler got going and the fact that he's the difference maker. And I think it was Everyday John turning into Everyday John again that made all of the world for this team and this game. And it was a simple fact, like the threat that he provides as a roller in the ball screen stuff that Baylor runs changed everything for him, because he had that little 12-foot push shot. He had a dunk in the second half. He started rolling really, really hard. And what happened is, like, Houston wasn't able to cover both him and the guy in the weak side corner. They decided they were going to give up open corner threes, which ended up just killing them. They had no shot once they started giving those up. And so the fact that he was able to get it going were really it was they needed that. That's exactly what Baylor needed.
Well, what Baylor needed, right? They needed someone in the front line, because they had that in a while, right? Like, Mark Vital is awesome defensively, but he's so limited offensively. I thought the biggest difference, and we knew that going in, was Baylor could match Houston's toughness. They showed that, but what they had is guys that could make shots like that. That was the difference in that game, Rob. Was they had guys that could make shots consistently, and Houston had one, Marcus Sasser, who made shots out of his ass. Like, Davion Mitchell did a good job on him, and he still made shots. So the problem is Houston has two guys total that can make shots, and one of them honestly didn't show up, and Quentin Grimes, couldn't get off the shot.
He played well in the second half, but the game was already over by the chance of that.
Yeah, it didn't matter. First half was all that mattered. Baylor was absolutely dominant on both ends. They looked like the team that, again, as I wrote after the game, they looked like the team that we were questioning back in January and early February. Who was the best team in the country? Both teams were undefeated, Gonzaga and Baylor. That's
the thing, and I hope people remember this, is that I went back and January 28th, that morning, right, the night before, the January 20th was a Thursday. The night before was a Wednesday, and the night before was when Baylor went into Kansas State and beat them by 48 points. Right. The next day, Gonzaga played San Diego and beat them by 30 at San Diego.
Yeah. But
that morning, Thursday morning, we woke up and Baylor was the number one team in Ken Palm's rankings. Number one.
I didn't care.
Their COVID shutdown, and they stopped. Then they weren't able to practice forever. Like, we know those stories. We don't need to go back down that path. But they were, on January 28th, ranked as the best team on Ken Palm. So this idea that it's been Gonzaga and everybody else is only the case because Baylor was not Baylor because they had an 18-day shutdown, and then they spent 3 weeks trying to get themselves right and get themselves back into shape after spending 2.5 weeks sitting in an apartment doing nothing, just getting fat. So it was
on February 2nd. No, what we forget, on February 2nd, they went to Austin and beat Texas by 14 points. And then the shutdown came.
Jeff, we have people calling you a little bit biased for the hat that you have on.
Can you just put the other hat on. What are you talking about? I just took this hat off. What would you like?
He's got them both.
He's got them both.
Yeah.
I'm mixing them both up here. When we talked about the Gonzaga game,
you are biased, but you're just anti-UCLA and anti-Houston.
I'm biased. I wanted this game. This is the game I wanted. What do you want? All right, fine. I'll go back to the damn Cal hat.
No, we're both on at the same time. Be a man. Show Michael. Put them in his place. Put them both on at the same time. Do
it. No, Michael ruined it for me. He ruined it for me.